Theoretical chapter. This is the second last complete theoretical chapter in our syllabus. Chapter number 40. Provisions and reserves. The accounts of business firms are prepared on going concern concept, which implies that firm will continue for long period of time. So this has already been discussed, the going concern concept, and which says that any business enterprise will go on for a longer period of time. Thus, the profit of the firm should be ascertained after providing for current and future contingencies. Because of this concept, the profit of the firm should be ascertained after providing for the current and future contingencies, happenings that are going to arise in the future. Provisions and reserves are related to future need of the business for which a part of current year's profit is set aside. So these reserves and the provisions, they are the need of the business enterprise related to the future, and a part of the profit of the current year is to be kept aside to meet such things for which these provisions and reserves have been created. Thus, provisions are made and reserves are created out of profit while preparing the financial statements of the business entity. So, when the financial statements are prepared, at that time the provisions are made and the reserves are to be created to give a true and fair view of the financial position of a business organization. Both provisions and reserves are distinct terms, so they are not used interchangeably. They are different. Provisions are different and reserves are different, and they can't be used interchangeably. The first is your provisions. The term provision refers to the amount charged to profit and loss account by way of providing for depreciation, provision for doubtful debts, or amount retained by way of providing for any known liability, the amount of which cannot be determined accurately. So the term provision, it refers to the amount charged to profit and loss account. Provisions are charged to profit and loss account by way of providing for different things such as depreciation, provision for doubtful debts, or amount retained by way of providing for doubtful debts, or amount retained by way of providing for any unknown liability, the liability which is unknown and the amount of which cannot be determined accurately. It is pertinent to note that if the amount of the known liability can be determined accurately, it is not a provision. And if you know that this is the liability and this is the amount of that particular liability, the amount, everything can be easily ascertained, then it can't be called as a provision. But an outstanding liability, for example, salary, outstanding wages, outstanding rent, outstanding and so on, on the other hand, examples of provisions are provision for depreciation, provision for doubtful debts, provision for taxation, provision for repairs, etc. In above examples, the liability is known, but their amount cannot be ascertained with substantial accuracy. In case of the provisions such as provision for depreciation, provision for doubtful debts, The liability is known, that this is the liability, but the actual amount is not known, therefore they are called as provisions. For example, a seller is selling his goods on credit. On the close of accounting year, he anticipates that a few debtors will make default and will pay only partially. The amount of loss seems to be certain, but the exact amount is not known, so it would be prudent to create provision for doubtful debts based on principle of conservatism. We are selling goods. There are different parties to whom we have sold goods on credit, and at the end of the year we assume that some of them may pay a part of the money. They will not be able to pay the entire money that is due on them. So we have to use the principle of conservatism to provide for bad and doubtful debts. Now, features or characteristics of provisions. The following are the main features of provision. Number one, provision is always made for known liability, the amount of which cannot be ascertained. The liability is known, that this may be the liability, but the amount is not known and it can't be ascertained with greater accuracy. Therefore, it is called a provision. Example is provision for doubtful debts on debtors. It is a charge against profit, so it reduces the profit of the firm. It is a charge against profit and reduces the profit of the firm. Provisions are non-cash items, so to the extent of provisions, the profit is retained in the firm. So they are non-cash items, therefore a part of the profit is to be retained by the firm to take care of the provisions that have been made. The actual amount of loss occurred is written off with the provision in existence, so the profit of year in which actual loss takes place is not affected. The actual amount of the provision is written off successively in the successive years, but that loss is to be provided in the year it is going to occur. Then objective of provisions. Number one, for ascertainment of true net profit. To ascertain true net profit of the business, expenses pertaining to that year or outstanding must be shown in profit and loss account. In addition, provision should also be created for those expenses or liabilities for which exact amount are unknown or cannot be ascertained accurately. So, if the provisions are being created on account of the liabilities whose amount cannot be accurately determined, then the true and fair net profit can be ascertained. For ascertainment of true financial position, the provisions for all expenses and losses should be made. Only then the balance sheet will depict the true and fair view of the financial position of business. Without the provisions, the balance sheet will also not show the true and fair view of the financial position of a business organization. To provide for known losses in the future. For meeting a liability in future, the amount of which is unknown, steps should be taken to set aside a part of profit, for example, provisions for taxation, provision for repairs, provision for bad debts, etc. Say you have to pay the tax, and you know that the tax is calculated on the last day of the financial year or the accounting period. and is to be paid after in the current financial year on a specified date. Therefore, on 31st, a provision has to be made. 31st March, a provision has to be made in the books of accounts on account of the liability. We have to pay the tax. It is must to pay the tax. We know it's a liability. But the amount on that particular date has not been calculated. Therefore, provision for tax is to be paid, is to be made in the books of accounts. And in such a manner, the provision for repairs, provision for bad debts, all are to be created. For uniform charge on income statement, for equal